It is, when you've got more money than patience. That night, Jake made calls. He didn't pace or raise his voice. He just sat at the kitchen counter, laptop open, sending emails and messages like a man preparing for war. I sat across from him, nursing a mug of tea and watching the shadows shift in his eyes. Camilla doesn't care about money, I said after long silence. She cares about control. She's going to lose both, Jake replied. He reached across the table and took my hand. You're not going back to that dorm. Stay here until this is over. I'm not hiding. It's not hiding, it's being smart. I nodded, but the weight in my chest stayed. I was tired. Not just from the scandal, but from pretending this was still just a deal. Because somewhere between week 1 and week 8, Jake Lawson had stopped being a transaction and started being my person. The next morning, Jake called in a favor from a friend in the legal department. We met at a small cafe off campus. The lawyer's name was Jeremy Woot, calm, sharp-eyed, and far too well dressed for someone who specialized in student misconduct cases. He slid a folder across the table. This is Camilla's pattern, Jeremy said. She's done this before, twice. Once in London, once in New York, both times with high-profile students. He opened the file. In both cases the victims were cleared, but not before they lost scholarships, internships, and in one case an entire semester. Why isn't she banned from campus? I asked, stunned. Because no one ever files formal charges, Jeremy replied. They take the money, sign NDAs and move on. Jake's fist clenched. Not this time. Jeremy leaned back. We'll need a statement from Olivia and we'll need to go public. I swallowed. Public. Jake looked at me gently. You don't have to do anything you're not ready for. But I was ready, because I was done letting people write my story for me. That night, I sat on Jake's couch and typed the statement. It wasn't long. It didn't have to be. My name is Olivia Morgan. I did not accept money to date Jake Lawson. I have never received payment, and I never intended to. Any evidence to the contrary is false, fabricated, and part of a targeted campaign against me. I have proof, and I'm not afraid anymore. Jake posted it from his account, then I posted it from mine. Within 10 minutes, both of our inboxes were full support, hate, curiosity, the usual chaos of the internet. And then something unexpected happened. Camilla responded. You think this is new? This is how the game works. You lost the second you believed he was different. She included a photo of Jake with another girl. Someone I didn't recognize. Jake stared at the image for a long time. She was one of the first, he said softly. Her name was Layla. She left before the first breakup fee ever existed. What happened? I asked. She loved me, and I destroyed it, so I made a system to protect myself. A way to keep people from getting too close. And now, I whispered. He looked at me. You got close anyway. That night, I couldn't sleep. The rain came back, tapping softly on the windows. Jake was on the balcony, staring out at the sky. I walked out and stood beside him. If we get through this, I said, what happens at the end of the 3 months? He didn't answer at first. Then he said, there's no more contract. What about the money? No more payouts. No more rules. I took a breath. Then what are we? Jake turned to me. You're the only person I've ever wanted to stay without being paid to? I nodded. Then prove it. The next day, Jake held a press conference. Yes, a real one. His family's foundation owned a media company. He used it. Standing beside me